who specializes in them. And we went out and we spent hours and hours and hours. This was actually the pilot for the Jeff Corwin experience. We're looking for these elephants. And I'm like, there are no elephants there. We're not going to see any elephants. And suddenly you get that feeling you're not alone. And then we discovered that for that whole time, that herd of 40 elephants, they were never more than 20 feet away from us. They had moved with us, basically like a U around us. Boom! That was scary. And they had completely stayed with us the whole time. While we're slashing through things, we're getting eaten by the leeches. That's my great leech moment. And, you know, Pierce and I were always playing jokes with each other, and you frequently check for leeches. So what I would do, I mean, I have big feet. I've got like 10 and a half, 11 feet, but he's got like Herman Munster feet, Fred Wayne feet. And he would be walking, not seeing anything because his stomach's in the way, and I would be sitting there and I'd be picking leeches off the little drip tips. Leeches are a miraculous creature. I mean, they're so beautifully adapted for what they do. They're sanguinivores. They drink blood. And they take the ultimate leap of faith. They literally wait. You know, imagine if you're waiting for a skyscraper with an awning to jump onto to go by. And they wait, and they time it, and they don't even see you, they're smelling you and sensing you there. And then they wait, and they take that leap of faith, and they're falling, you know, many stories until they hit your pant, and they boop, 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 tumble down like a little reverse slinky. And then they go in your shoe, and then they actually slip through the fibers of your sock without tearing the sock. They snake their way through it, and they suck on, and they got a radula, and they produce an anesthetic, so there's no pain, and an anticoagulant to keep the blood flowing. And they go from about this big to about this big. The tiger leeches get really huge. So I would gather these leeches up, and I would toss them into Pierce's left boot. So we'd be like 2 hours, and I'm like, oh goodness, look at this. Oh, someone give me an alcohol swab, I gotta get this guy off. And someone goes, I got one too, yeah. And suddenly you get this guy, and his right foot was like, you know, like Herman Munster size 16, and his left foot was reduced to like Japanese Chris's bound #1. This big. And like all these leeches, like, oh, that was delicious. So we went to film these elephants, and now all of a sudden we're there amongst them. And look up the trees, and you see this big shimmering saucer, this brown saucer, just focusing in and blinking. And there's another one a little lower, and we're surrounded by all these amazing elephants. But that's when all hell broke loose. Incidentally, I should warn you that the PA, which is the production assistant named Brian, warned us 2 days into shooting, on a 6-week shoot, he says, Mr. Corwin, Jeff, can I speak to you? I'm like, sure, buddy, what's going on? He goes, something I got to tell you. By the way, a PA is the person to make sure you've got your water, he helps you, he helps make sure things move. Basically, he wants to be a cameraman someday, and he's the production slave, you know, to work his way up, and that's where you begin. And anyone in TV, that's how you start, you're a production assistant. But, you know, he's working the field with his film crew and seeing all these amazing places. And he tells me, as we're surrounded by nature, wow, he goes, Jeff? I'm like, yeah, Brian, what's up, buddy? And he goes, I got something I need to tell you. I'm like, what's that? He goes, I don't like animals. I'm really scared of them. I'm like, really, Brian? What an odd career choice for you to be a PA with a nature guy. You always know a man in the field when I start talking like William Shatner. And I'm like, really, Brian? I mean, we got 4.5, 5 more weeks, and you're scared of animals? Okay, that's going to be fun. He conveniently threw out his back about week 2. We had to send him home. But he became a great skater, and he's got a thing now with food now. Brian Botano is doing wonderful things with his life. And so we're sitting there, and these elephants now what happens is the young elephants are pushing us towards the females because they've got calves. They don't want it. The cows don't want us near them. They're driving us away. We're almost getting trampled. It makes awesome TV for the first 5 minutes. After an hour, we had had enough. Brian is so scared of the leeches that he's duct taped rubber gum boots with jeans. I'm wearing my little Lieutenant Jimbo shorty shorts, and he's all tucked in his sleeves. He's got gloves on and a big hat on. He looks like the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz, and he's scared. And then all of a sudden, we just had enough. And I'm speaking to the biologist. I'm like, dude, you got to get us out of here. And we go up, and there come the elephants and push us back in. This little Borneo guy go like this, and they go back, and I do it, and they try to kill me. And then suddenly I'm like, oh, gosh. And then I hear this. What the heck is that? Like, Brian? Hey, Brian, are you crying, buddy? He's like, I'm not crying. I've got a tear in my eyes. And I'm like, Brian, come here. He's literally starts crying. He's a 28-year-old guy. Not like my daughter. He's going. I said, Brian, look at me, Brian. You were acting like the first person who gets killed on a horror movie. Okay, I'm sorry. So, we survived that incident. The last